All right, we are live stream already, and let's go also and just join the TikTok part. Yep. This is great. So we have TikTok here, and Twitch is already running. All right, cool. Let's see how many people will reach out today as well. So I need actually to check also on Twitch, because yesterday we had also people actually discussing on Twitch, and that's good. So you can have actually the community chat broadcasted to us, and that will be actually something good. Hey, Pro Evils, you are here very fast. Good evening. Good evening, bro. Are you streaming today as well, or is it not the case? I might actually check your streams, because you said that yesterday you were actually streaming for a longer period of time. For 10 hours, you said, something like that. That's too much. Oh, wow. Okay. You know, for me, it's totally different, because I have no one watching on a Friday, and my goal for this year is to stream every day for like a year and see where it takes me, though. Hey, Eugene on TikTok here. We have that, and I didn't actually have time to kind of do the restream thingy, because honestly I was just napping. I woke up right now, and I went directly to my PC and I started streaming. So all good. Today actually I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we have actually the stuff that I put here about using some search stuff from actually suggestion from Pro Evils, our friend here. I'll call him Pro. And then we have a to-do list part here that we need to do. So this one I think we will do today, and this one I'm not sure, but might be that I keep that for another day. For now I want to focus how the backend actually receives data, because honestly I know that our list is working here, service basically for PostgreSQL. So as you see, there it is, it's started, so all good. And I want to see it in action. I want to see like things happening. So I will just add a to-do list in my code just to make sure that we are getting kind of data flowing between the backend and the front end. Oh, some guy here asked, and he said he uses NoVim as well. That's nice. NeoVim, yeah. Well, NVim is really cool. I actually kind of set it up to become very, very good. So let's actually talk about what we're gonna add here, or maybe let's go open the backend part here and the controller part and discuss maybe the routes. We need kind of like some routes to actually do the adding and designing of these like to-do list stuff that we're gonna add in the front end. Where do you settle down? Do you mean where do I live? I live in Munich, Germany. What about you, Avils? Where are you from? Need to wait on some new designs for the designer before continuing, and also need to design out the database ERD for the app. Wow, okay. Okay, but what kind of app are you building, if you can share that? Oh, UK, so you're not far, right? Vinny Original. I actually think that I will add it on Twitch, because the title is misleading, so I will do building a SaaS. It's not a SaaS, but I would like to look out like that. From zero to hero. Yeah. That would be a good actually one. Hey Vinny. Hey everybody on TikTok. What type of website you want to complete? I'm actually working on like an application to help you kind of like study. So it has some white noises. Now I'm adding to it like some to-do lists and stuff like that that will help me in the future to actually maybe show this to-do list in the front end of the app. How long have you been learning this? Yeah, I've been learning this for the past couple of months. And if you're talking about TanStack and stuff, yes. So I'm building this with the kind of the latest tech, let's say, right? the latest tech in the market. Now, actually, I have a couple of ring light here that I want to use, but it's just too bright. Yeah, it's like too much bright, and it makes me sick, kinda. But I will leave it there. All right. Are you a software engineer? Yeah. I work as a software engineer, as a front-end developer, let's say. I'm really good with styling, doing stuff, Tailwind, and also React to its core, like building context, building hooks, using Redux toolkit, using a lot of tooling there. But honestly, I feel like the wheel is moving super fast, that I am missing out on a lot of stuff, and that's why I want actually to do this stream thingy, because I feel like it might at some point become something new for me, right? Something that I might maybe make money off, or maybe I might actually just have friends everywhere so I can work with them. Thanks, mate. Yeah. Yeah, so React Router v7 or TenStack Router is better. Both of them are good, but TenStack Router is actually very cool. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. I have here the Excalidraw part, so I'll just try to draw something. So I'm not seeing the comments completely, but just bear with me, guys. All right, I will read them. So here we have this, the difference that I see of that is that usually TenStack Router actually have this outlet on top of everything. And sometimes if it's private, you put it into a private route like this. This is with actually the, not TenStack Router, with the React Router DOM. But actually what it comes with TenStack, it has kind of like the same, and it might use context. So if you have a use auth context, you can use it like a use auth here. So you wait for a is authenticated, maybe is auth value, right? Oh, wait a second. I feel like I have a problem. Okay, now I'm going back. All right, so I have a shady connection, so sometimes I actually drop, but sorry for that. So yeah, this is the difference that I really like. So there's like more possibility to use this is auth variables and stuff like that. And also you have the root part, or the root folder or routes folder. That reminds me a bit of Next.js, because whatever file you put here, so index.ds, tsx or whatever, will be your slash. If you put about.tsx here, it will be basically your also about page or about route. Sorry for the Twitch viewers, this wasn't actually viewable, but I added it right now. Did they announce a video? Did they announce anything? Here our friend Evil said that TenStack actually had announced a new thing, forms video. Okay, we are not using forms here, but in the future we might do that, so why not? This is the only difference that I feel like. This is TenStack, by the way, and this is the other part of React Router DOM. Yeah, and React Router DOM actually it's very simple, it does this and that, while you can use in your main, let's say .tsx, where you use this because you will have the route browser router, right? So you browse over these all. You can still call your use auth and use simple React, right? So I think the difference between this and this is basically syntax. I'm not sure, but the syntax is different, and also this feels more protected because you have the context available for you wherever you go. And my context is a bit tricky, actually. I should have used the context. I'll show you in the application. I should use the context actually like this. So basically here on my main.tsx, you see here I have this router, and I actually passed the query client itself as a as a context for me to use. So now if I go to the login page, and this is, by the way, a trick. You don't have to do the same, right? I will just delete that console log. And here I'm getting the context, and with the context itself, I am doing the query client fetch query part, right? So fetch query, and I'm querying the user data basically. And it's it's redundant. You know why? Because I have a use auth that I'm now not using. Where is it? But that use auth is only available where the provider resides, basically. Yeah, not outside of the application. But I need the query client to actually get the user data outside of the application. So it's a bit sad, but still works for me. Yeah. Okay, I hope that's insightful, let's say. But yeah, we might have to look at it in more in more details. Yes, Tanstack Router actually recently had some updates, in particular around layouts, and that's correct, 100%. So that actually I checked, and it has the same kind of what I showed you right now, but they use the context totally different. Their context is totally different from what I know of, right? So here I'm learning how the basics of JS is normally to be confused, and I'm a beginner. So we have here some people that are beginners asking about how to do this. I mean, if you want me to lighten up some knowledge about how can you approach this, so I will kind of share how I will approach a job these days, but we also might I might also tell you that it's different from a person to another. Okay, don't get me for granted, because what I would say is what I will do personally to move forward and find a job. Okay, does that work for you? Let me actually do something funny. TikTok gives you these flares to use, so let me use one, because these flares would just throw the live stream to go wider and wider and wider, and people will start to join. So let me also record this part, because I want you guys to see this website, which is the roadmap.sh website. Tell me please if you know it, because it actually is really great, and we will start from here. Okay, so I'm recording right now a video that I will put on my channel later. So the question was, how can you get a job in 2025? Honestly, the answer is not with me, is not with anybody who's having a job since eternity. But I think right now the problem that is happening is that everybody is not happy with having juniors anymore, because if you want to create a hook or something, you can create it with ChatGPT and move on, right? Therefore, if you hire 2 senior developers and you provide all the tooling for them, they will become very boosted if you give them the best kind of tools, right? So now we have a very big decline in junior developers. Don't get me wrong, because this is kind of like a spectrum, right? So you can yourself, let's say if you give yourself a year, right, and this year to learn stuff, let's say you learn JavaScript only. And by the way, why I always say learn JavaScript, because I feel personally that if you learn JS, you have the access to the front technology and also the back technology with just one language. So think about it, that on the back you don't need to learn Kotlin, or you don't need to learn Java or C++ or whatever, right? So here, these all basically we forgot about them, even though that they are good. They will teach you a lot of things like the OOP programming principle, which is the object-oriented programming principle, which is really good, because if you ever play the game, you will have like a class, let's say, of enemy and a class of hero, let's say, and you are the hero basically, right? Same here, right? And hero. The moment that this hero have like 100 HP and gets in a battle with the enemy who has also 100 HP, which is also proportional, they not like the same kind of bar of health, not in Elden Ring though. So basically this part here, whenever you get a hit, it's just a -10. So you need actually to create like attack function, right? And this attack function needs to actually reside inside this and this hero class. Same for the enemy though, but it might have a different argument with the type of this attack. So this type of attack might be like mage attack, or might be like classic attack or knight attack. So you get the point. So this is kind of like the OOP part that I want you to kind of visit as well, and it's really interesting, because the difference between it and between the normal functional programming, what we do in JS. So here you will hear a lot about functional programming, right? Is something totally different, because here you will have like this on-demand function. So basically you will have something here that returns something here. It can return a void. So this literally is the opposite of what we were talking here. It might return a promise, which is usually what we do as front-end developers, and it might return just a calculation, right? So this is kind of like functional programming at its core. But it differs from place to another, and also I'm just not saying this, that these are only the things. React itself, it returns functional components itself, which we call nodes, basically, and which we also tell about it, that if you are doing React, you have actually always to return an array of these functional components that you map through. So basically map, actually the array function, a prototypal function of map, returns always an array. So that takes us to the next thing, which is prototypal functions. Prototypal functions and syntactic sugar, basically. These are the things that you need to know of in order to kind of get a job. Not even to the core, not like completely, right? But to some extent, right? So why I put here 1 year? Because 1 year is enough, totally enough to learn about this. And by the way, I'm streaming on Twitch, so I have here a comment from my friend Pro Evils, and I'm sure that he's also commenting about this. He's saying that there's so much more to learn in a statically typed language with memory management. OOP is a binary. Yes, okay. Think about it, that I don't want to stun these people. I don't want them to leave my stream, right? I want them also to kind of like get it easy. And the current market, yes, it's saturated, and that's what our friend here on Twitch said. And GS React devs, it's hard to get a work right now because seniors are really too much there, and we have React since 2016, and it's kind of, yeah, people are also trying new things, right? If they see HTMX working, or they see Svelte or Angular working perfectly without actually introducing new kind of frameworks, they would go for what is safe for the market, right? And somehow, even though that Angular is a bit shitty from my perspective, I find kind of it's weird that people still actually use it professionally more than React. But now React is booming. Honestly, React is booming since 2021. After Corona, it started to boom professionally more. So it's more used professionally right now, probably, but still in the head of people that Angular is better, but not really. We find like React first, Vue second, and also we find Svelte on the fourth position. So if you wanted to actually know more about this, there's a website called State of JS, right? And I showed this a lot of times. You can actually structure them in terms of awareness or professionally ranking. And you see React is first, Vue is second, Angular third, and Svelte is four. And why I always show this website, even though that it's not only the framework part of it, there is the framework, yes, here, but if you scroll down, you will find also all the stuff or the tooling that a front-end developer can use, as JS is more like linked to front-end developers and so on, right? So here the number of items here, for example, this is a survey about how many people actually responded to this. So that's kind of cool. But here, for example, meta framework pain points, people find a lot of pain points with Next.js issues. And here excessive complexity, probably for certain other frameworks they're not actually mentioning, but here they're mentioning more about the criticism of kind of like category of pain points, kind of, yeah. But yeah, there is also front-end frameworks here. If you also scroll down a bit, I think that there is a part of this, yeah, on the left side here, left side pane, you will have other tools and, for example, libraries, let's say, what people use most. Lodash seems to be there forever. That's nice. And also DateFNS is there forever. So just to summarize this, please always reverse engineer what you want to achieve. Why? Because if you look at what I wrote here, which I actually, you need also to learn about memory, you need to learn about workers, Node.js, stuff like that, CPUs, wherever, right? Most known also thing, which is pointers, which is a very big project also, very big thing regarding backend development and stuff like that, and also data types here with pointers, something that you need also to check. And maybe why not to check architecture, like algorithms and how to build your own what we call tree setters. But basically these are like how to order stuff, right? And how kind of like you can do an order function for certain huge data that you can reduce to make more pretty and stuff like that. But in the front end though, you don't need to know more about this. Just specify GS as your goal for a year, and you will see how far you can go. You will go, man, super far. Because if you learn these though, you know, one of the pain points that we have is the this keyword. Anybody knows what is the this keyword? It actually refers to a lot of things. It refers like to the window object if you are on basically on your browser. It refers also to the object that is on the left of it. So if you do object.attack that I said like there for your game, this attack actually will have this dot health, and this here refers to the object itself on the left side of it. This, if you put it into an anonymous function, it loses its context. So you need to actually what is it called, like apply its context, or what we say also, there's apply and there is another one that I forgot, actually another function. But yeah, it has a lot of things actually to it, right? In classes also it means a total different thing, right? So these are small things that you need to learn in order for you to reverse engineer your whole thing. I know that there is a lot of comments. I will read them all, don't worry about that. But this is for me, from me to you as a viewer. Please make sure to know what you're doing and set up a goal. And then we go back to this roadmap.sh part, where if you click front end, you will find everything that you need to learn. I will paste this in the chat, both in TikTok and Twitch and Kick and everywhere I'm streaming, and for you guys to actually see what you need to learn. For example, here, if it's on Violet, it tells you, hey, probably learn Astro than Next.js, but I will tell you to learn Next.js and React better. It depends. So yeah, for TypeScript, for sure, it's more here, as you see on Violet on top, it's kind of personal recommendation or opinion of the guy who wrote this roadmap. But here, as you see, he told you like, pick a framework, and it can be React, can be Angular, can be Svelte, can be Salt, can be Quick, can be whatever you want, but probably React. Yeah. Okay, cool. Are we good there? Hopefully. Now let me read back your comments, guys, because I need to see what you're writing. Right, so I will read TikTok comments first, because then I see my friends here. Ron is here, and then who else? Arena's here. She said, how many languages would you advise to learn? As you said, once not to code in a lot of languages. This is what we call language hopping. We don't want you to have that, because syntax is totally different from a language to another, and you will lose a lot of interest, or you will lose a lot of focus on certain aspects of your language that you're learning. So basically, if you learn Python, I talked a bit about the prototype of functions, right? And python.sum is a function that is available for you there whenever you want to use it with arrays. So it sums an array, that's what it does. But in JavaScript, you need to do it in a reducer where you have an accumulator and a current. So it's totally different languages, totally different thing. Imagine you are in an interview with JavaScript and you write the name of the array.sum, and then you are you are considered dumb at that point, because you need to know your language. Yeah, Ultra Loud said he had been hearing Svelte rumblings from my coworkers. That's correct. I also hear it all the time about at my job and stuff like that. Lodash for life. That's true. All right, let me now read the comments below. So yeah, what is that site with that scheme? It's called roadmap.sh. I shared it actually, and I'm gonna also guys maybe pin it in the comments so you can see it. And also I will let you comment with anything. I will take off the chat setting where I actually restrict you the potential spam comments, because you are on a free speech level here. All right, so then Pro Evil said, he said the current market is incredibly saturated with JS React devs, and I want to reread this comment, because honestly, he's right. He said that in order for you to work as a mid-level dev, and damn near to impossible to get as a junior. So you can work as a mid-level, but junior, Hell no, as you know that meme, right? Honestly, I think I consider myself a good person. Sometimes I say, like, I accepted 2 juniors in our company this year, and I looked at my boss and I said, like, trust me, bro, kind of like that look, you know. Why? Because first, you want to win them as people, and I am a people person, right? Secondly, I want to kind of like also let them skip corners, kind of. So I can teach them to skip corners to actually be focused more on the stuff that is important. So with these 2 juniors, we have an application that we call Hydrogen app. This app basically is like you have like a big building with batteries. You can set up these batteries like in the mountains or wherever, that they work with hydrogen and they take off water. So the input is hydrogen and they output water, right? So they told me, now, yeah, we have an interface like a small PC that you Ethernet cable connect, right? And they asked me, how can we do this in order for us to read the UI, right? So they ended up actually telling me, how can we do this? We are totally clueless. And I was like, trust me, bro, I'm an engineer. I can tell you what to do. We went out and we just checked every package that is used nowadays, which is cutting edge. Like if you learn it, you have a job for the next 5 years, let's say. So what we chose React, 10-stack router, 10-stack query, React hook forms, Zod, Z-infer, OpenAPI inferation also of certain types, Express on the backend, and then we changed to something else, and we kept going, right? So that's it. Yeah, it's like I teach them to just pick the best and then move on, right? What theme is that from Ronson on Twitch? This theme is called Tokyo Night, and I use, type these, I use NeoVim IDE. Basically, you have my Lua config on GitHub. I will add everything on my Twitch, so later on, if you join, you will have like some stuff. I don't know how Twitch actually got that donation part on there, but I think I set it up when I was 9-year-old. Anyway, I think also that you need to know that I'm using Tokyo Night as a theme and also Nerd Fonts. Okay, JetBrains Mono Nerd Fonts as a font, so that's cool. Hi Khardin, hi everybody. Ultra Love It said pipeline is going to dry up if we don't keep hiring juniors. Yes, at some point, yes. Finally, something that makes sense. Thank you, Effie. I mean, that's amazing that you are actually liking the stream, and I honestly thank you for staying here as well. Is this live? What do you mean? Is this live or not? Yes, it is live. All right, so let me just go and tell you what we're gonna do today. All right. Cool. So what we are going actually to build now is the fact that I prepared actually the Prisma schema to have like to-do list for every model. So now actually we can add a to-do, and this to-do by default will have the status of pending, and these pendings, by the way, is an enum that you have here. It's a status, which is pending, in progress, completed, and incomplete. I'm worried about this comment being here, but okay, so Prisma comments like that with /. Hopefully. Okay, yeah, it does, as you see on top, right? So now we will actually test that out, because this is my first time actually working with Prisma in the front as well, because I want actually to create my own routes for doing this. So first of all, I might want to create my controllers first. So here I have DB stuff. So this is query and disconnect. We probably will use it. What I do here, I accept a query function that returns a promise of unknown. So basically here, it does query something, and then it just returns error if there is. Otherwise, it just continues this query function, whatever I will actually query or do in that Prisma part, and disconnects directly after it catches. Wait a second, this is wrong. This is inside the catch phase, right? This Prisma.disconnect should be inside. At this point, I don't know. I will leave it there. Maybe inside finally, not catch. I don't know. Or maybe the disconnect happens only if I have an error. Well, seems like it's working fine, so I won't actually do it. What is this IDE? This IDE, by the way, is called Neovim. It's not an IDE, it's a text editor that I changed to become an IDE. What does it mean? I will inbox you. You mean that you will send DM me? Yes, for sure. Do it if you want. Is Prisma for interfacing with DB? So Prisma is what is called an ORM, which is an object relational model, which means that it relationally does your selecting, affecting, posting to your database, and it might be very helpful actually for you to understand how it works, and then use it in your application without actually putting a lot of queries there. Did you say one has to study JavaScript for a year as journal? No, I didn't say that. Wrong. Come on. I said that you might want to specify 1 year of your life to just learn the basics of JS. Then, therefore, you will be on the right path to find a job. That's what I said, because to be on the right path to find a job is also a part of having a job, because there is a pre-job market and there is a job market then when you're ready to get a job, right? So please understand me here. Had interruptions. I will reply to your comments there. King of Kings, his name. That's a good username, by the way. It's nvim or lazy neovim. Search that, please, and you will find everything you need. By the way, how many followers are we? And I used the flare on this. So actually, I think there is. Right now we earned around 60 followers, which is really nice, and we are at 10.7 K basically, which is awesome. 10.7 K for me is just like wow. Like I didn't think that on TikTok I can reach that. On Twitch though, that we are very, very low. We are at 153 followers only. So what I would do also, I will share with you in the chat on TikTok. So if you do me a favor, if you are on PC or I reckon you are on your mobiles, please go there and follow as well. So you can also find me on Twitch, and you also can see the full screen for this. So you will be able actually to follow me even in a better manner, and it will be helpful for you. Cool. Does Java or Python skill transfer to CPP, C#, and C? Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can transfer your knowledge from Java to any other oriented object model like programming language. Yes, Handel, what is your name? Hansel? Okay, Hansel, I will show you an example. Here, if you see the controllers and I search Prisma, I'll just show you Prisma dot. So here, look at this. First one, await Prisma user find unique where the selection. See here, there's a select where you want to get what to return and where the email equal to something. So I'm getting the request.body of that, and I'm actually checking if that user exists already, and then therefore this is what I want to get. Also the next thing, prisma.user.create. The next thing, prisma.user.findUnique. By the way, if we are going now to work on the to-do list, because this is all login stuff, you know, I'm going actually to show you how to do prisma.create for to-dos, prisma.create for other stuff, right? And it's really awesome. Yeah, it makes your life easier. Yeah. Cool. On Twitch, any questions? Nice. All right, let's start then with this, because honestly, I don't want to take a lot of your time. So I was thinking that my controllers should be in this folder called controller. Now I'm picky about it. I think, okay, you know what? Let's create them on the same folder. Okay. Let's go here. Let's go ZZ like that. So we just stop it out. And I will export the first function, export const. First function is to create to do, right? And I might actually tell it like it's add to do instead. And this also will be just a simple function like this, right? But I might actually use that query and disconnect part. Let me see what I used here. Am I using that query and disconnect part anywhere? Everywhere. Yeah, man. So I might copy that, because anywhere in my application right now I'm doing the query inside the query and disconnect function. So anything that I have async, I don't want to make this function async. So I will explain to you. Usually you do this async here, right? but I don't want my routes to be async for some reason. I'll just paste this here, close it, and anything async will be inside this, right? And don't ask me why, but I feel personally that this is better, kind of. All right, so here we'll have for sure the rec and request, like the rec, which is the request, and the res, which is the response. So we are going to return, for example, response.status or something, right? And as I said, it should be actually very similar to what I have here, because here I have a find unique one, but here also I have the query and disconnect async function that is calling out the directed body inside of it, so it still has access to this request on top, right? And what we're going to do is going to actually do a try catch exactly like this one here, where we do a const of to do now, right, which is await prisma.user, not find unique, but create. And in this case, I can show you an example of how create works, and this is how it works. You always have to kind of like await also prisma to do that, but you don't need to return anything. So this one can be called like that, right? So in our case, look at this. So in our case, we can do it like this. So we go here inside this, and we're going to call something similar to there. Oops, I have a problem with my IDE. Let me just save this. And then instead of user, look what happened now if I do to do. You see, to do is a field, and to do also is a field that is known to Prisma, right? It is there for Prisma, and it knows exactly what to do with it. What's working? What's going on? All right, so for people who are asking what we are doing actually a to-do list app right now inside my other app called White Noises, which lets you focus with listening to white noises and setting up your to-do list. Proivil said he don't wanna be that guy, but it is a bad idea to call disconnect in an Express app. Can you tell me why, maybe? And you seem to be blacklisting people tokens when they log out. Yes, I do. The blacklist over there is happening because I want to build it as a other service in the future where I have probably a database for it, but right now it's only a set. Honestly, I don't want to go super much with the login logout thingy, because what matters for me right now is to build features, right? Some guy said, you a millionaire by now? No, I'm not, and I have a long way to do that. Yeah, I'm 0.03% millionaire, so you know how much I have in my bank account right now. Yeah. All right. Oh wow, Hansel said that he has to report queries with 5 joins if he needs to actually do a query in his application. Is this an auth application? Yes, we had the auth set up already. Some guy said you're senior level and you're not a millionaire yet. I'm not. I don't consider myself a senior level. I consider myself a researcher on JavaScript. But yeah, probably I'm a mid to senior, maybe there, maybe, I don't know, somewhere there. But I consider myself senior maybe when it comes to stuff that I know really, really well. Okay, because Prisma client can manage the connections intelligently, call and disconnect as a long-running process such as an Express app will cause unnecessary overhead, and it will keep reestablish connection and create impulse, etc. Correct, you are right on this, but I don't trust how good is Prisma with multi-streams. If I know exactly here how does it work with multi-streams and how many workers probably it opens, not workers, but how many processes does it open to query multiple queries at the same time, then I will let you know and I will agree with you to actually take that off. But I have like a trauma from this, from experience, that I always disconnect. But you are better, you know better. So guide me through it, and I accept any comments that are building like this, like what Proevil's actually on Twitch said. Yeah. Okay, so the docs are actually telling me not to do that. All right, so let's add this. Then let me just do one thing. Let me delete this because we don't need it now. We have a new, by the way, I don't have always to scroll through the tree, envim tree there. I can do /ff and I will open all the files here, and I'll just do readme file and I will open it. So another task from our friend here, by the way, yeah, this needs to be there, and yeah, here you go. I'll copy this, paste it here, delete this, and then and this is gonna be basically get rid of the query and disconnect function. I trust my friend here, so by the way, I always delete this part, but I can do replace space and it will replace by an empty space. Yeah. All right, controllers, that's where we were, and let's go back. So that's kind of what we're gonna do next. This is React Isabel, yes. Narendra said, how long have you been coding? For more than 6 years now, but I touched a lot of coding languages, so I'm not proud of that. I'm even considering building an app for call track. And what is that? Do you know if WSL2 can run Vivado? I have no idea, but I will check that. Yeah. Okay. All right, so you tried actually to share a link, and I think on the Twitch you cannot do that. I'm sorry for that, but you do not need to explicitly disconnect in the context of a long-running application. This continuously server requests. Opening a new connection takes time and can slow down your application if you disconnect for each query. For its blacklisting, the tokens are totally valid to log a user out. All the browsers need to do is remove the tokens that's stored. Okay, so if I am using actually local storage to store the tokens, does that mean that if I just delete the token, that's valid for me? Okay. Another person said, his name is Wee Stinky. That's a really nice name, username basically. He said it's like disconnecting and reconnecting a database for each query rather than just keeping the connection open. Yeah, so I had MongoDB before, where it uses Mongoose, right? And Mongoose says in its doc that it's fine to actually disconnect on each. That's kind of like a separation of concern part. So for me, working with Prisma, I was having like the same idea to use Mongoose in this case. And now I understand, like they're two different things. Mongoose probably, yeah, it's a good ORM, but I won't even consider it like an ORM, but a tool to connect to MongoDB. But now it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. All right, I will do that as I put it on my README file, so it means that I will do it. And also, guys, if you want, right? I don't want to have this like a taboo thingy or something. Like everybody who wants to help. By the way, I always like these pictures from Momentum. They are really nice. All right, so go to GitHub, and my GitHub, which is, my name is Ayman Sakohi. I'm Arab, by the way. I'm originally from Tunisia. I speak Arabic. That's why Ayman is like hope in Arabic, or the righteous, or something like that. It has like too many meanings. Depends where you are from, but it's like an Islamic name for the righteous, or like the gifted, kinda. Yeah, it means that. All right, so if you go to repos, then white noise, you will have the application there for you. And as I see, a lot of people actually created pull requests. We have like 10 closed ones. Some of them of me, some of them of other developers, like Jacob here. Jacob, thank you a lot for fixing like a navigation problem from the login. And also we have Iki Navigator here who helped. His name is Obi. He's also a really nice guy from Canada. Shout out to everybody from Canada who's watching right now, who helped also with the easy authenticated route, because honestly I'm not really good with 10-stack router, and it's new actually. It's like latest update was like 7 days ago, and we had to implement it, so I'm proud of that. Anyhow, create a pull request. You can go here or the projects and create issues. I will add you to the project here so you can see like tasks. So for example, here our friend Novsky, who's in the chat, wanted to add some blobs into the database and add the route. So he has his own task here which converts into an issue. So everything actually is on a Kanban board and organized. And we can just take this application to the next, right, to the next level. If you want, for sure, you can go to the issues here. For example, there is like this one I did just mock, or like you don't focus. Add some CSS to the footer if you want. That's very easy. Medium, add your white noise. So basically here, maybe add a white noise to the database directly, but maybe we need to wait for Nowski to finish up with this one, so we work on this one. But before you start with anything, please comment, say, hey, I want to actually build a news section for the news API that is free online. So there is a news API everywhere. You can find one that you can query for free. Sometimes even it's XHR, sometimes even it's a RSS feed. So everything for you is available there. You can create from it like some news that you can put on the side of the project. And if you want to see the application, how it looks like now, this is how it looks. So now I have to log in. Let me just get my login and password straight. I have them stored in an extension. Here you go. So now as you feel this, if you actually do this, it tells you this is not a valid email. And then if you hover over that or blur it out, then you will see the correct part. Then you log in, the navigation will be correct. You see this one on top, I don't know, check your saved password. It's not my real password, so all good. These are the white noises. I can show you how they work. Yesterday though, we did this part where if this coffee is working, and right now it's working, I just muted it, and let's say this fan also is working, right? And you want to search brown, right? So now you have brown there, but the moment that you go back, usually these two are re-rendered into the not plain state. So now they are there and they don't get re-rendered because I am just hiding them. I'm not filtering the blobs, basically. In the future though, I actually implemented something very funny. People on Twitch, you can comment on this if this is a good idea or not. What's your GitHub? I will share it right now on the chat. That's good. I'll share you just this white noise project, or maybe my GitHub directly, and it's called white noise. You will find it there. I'll share it. Yeah. So I'll share it also on TikTok. And by the way, what you're seeing right now is me showing Twitch to actually communicate with the boys. But yeah, there is some features, there is some services here that I still didn't do as a route. I have a contact page though that works perfectly with let's say test here, and then here your message. If you send, I think it console log this somehow, or I'm not sure. It should console log this, but I feel that the API profile one is not working perfectly. Let me refresh this. I feel like we need to change this part then. Maybe we have a problem with this component and I'm not aware of it. Okay, so now we have a bug. We will fix it. All right, so there is the contact page. There is also the home page, which is this one. And yeah, the feature that I added is that if in case you don't like this, and think about this as going to be hidden, so I can actually just hide this iframe. And if you add something like this and it will tell you the URL is too long or is wrong, right? Then it will get you something from YouTube that you can listen to. But it needs to be not like drama or something like that. It needs to be like a white noise that you really want to listen to. So we might check the video name to know exactly that you're not watching a football match or something like that. But I want to add that in the future, so it will have a different impact on how we will handle the URLs. Cool. But yeah, this is all the application in a nutshell right now. What I'm gonna add now is next to this tabulation on top for, let me show you back, or on top of it, let's do it on top. We will have the list of the to-do lists for you to actually manage them. But before that, let's talk how we're gonna build this. So I want to ask you guys, and I will read your comments in a second, no problem. So I was thinking, yes, create routes, that's nice. Routes in the backend, Prisma connections and queries, right? But in the front end though, what should we add? Should we do maybe Zastand for state management, and store all these to-do lists. Also, once we get them, we store them into like an object of a global store or something like that, or work only with 10 stack cache, because we have 10 stack query and cache basically /c cache for cache, and we cache these and we leave them there to be there, and we just store if they are achieved or not achieved, basically, because achieved or not achieved is also dependent on their state in the backend. So what do you think? Should we store them in the front end as basically a global state, or not, because we have them in the backend actually having all their attributes there? This is something that you might guys help me with. Yeah. Okay, so knowledge gate said 10 stack is a good option. Nice. Does 10 stack has a state manager? I have no idea. All right, I'll read your comments now. I need to ban some people. Like sometimes they just spam. All right. So I hope that my GitHub is there for you guys and you're checking it. If you need anything, please let me know. All right. Cool. Then I'm waiting also to read your options about all of this. So what is this for? This is for an application that we are doing called Study With Me, which has white noises in it, and we are building some stuff for it. Yeah, like to listen to white noises while you're focusing. By the way, how many actually followers do we have? Well, we have plenty. Each like 30 minutes we're gaining 50 new followers, which is awesome, man. And also, if you guys want to DM me or discuss anything, we have our Discord, so please join it. I will share with you the Discord link. Actually, just go to my profile and you will find it there, right? It's just very very open in my TikTok profile. You can just click it and go there. Hi everyone who are actually here, new. Ariana said everybody should follow this guy. Thanks a lot, honestly. That's a really good support, and I will not forget that. I actually have a screenshot day one when I started live stream. This is a story, nothing to do with code. Some people joined and said like, when you are famous, make sure to return back. So I made a screenshot about these people, and I will send them a gift once we reach out like certain number. I told them 100k, but 100k seems like super much. Maybe if we reach 50k or something like that, like followers on TikTok or wherever, then I will send them a gift. Yeah. Please, I want to create a management system. How do I do? I don't know, man. Like, what do you want to do in this management system? Is it an ERP? Is it like a big thing? Is it a small thing? I have no idea, right? In this case, it's up to you, right? Tmax on Windows? Yeah, Tmax on PowerShell on Windows. Tmax on Windows, yes, it works with Chocolately, but actually I'm using WSL. So yeah, by the way, why I'm actually answering comments that you cannot see on Twitch, because I also have TikTok running here, and I'm living on TikTok, on Kick, on YouTube, everywhere. So you can find me everywhere, and it seems like on TikTok we have around 50 people watching now, even more. So that's why their comments is like boom, 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 like they are everywhere. All right, cool. That now we actually set up that README file to contain this, to get rid of the disconnect function. We might continue with it right now, and I will do a cleanup part where we just get rid of it, right? So we need to make sure that we are getting, for the to-do list, let me just see the Prisma file, Prisma schema. We have for the to-do, we have an ID, description, status, due date. Due date. That's new. I didn't know what to do with this one. Does it accept a date for this. Okay. User ID, that's fine. The user who created it, basically. That's interesting. So it needs to pass like a user model. And now we are on a relationship part, which I honestly think that this is cool. So here in the user, we just have the user ID as a reference, and it probably will catch it. Or maybe we pass the user completely. I have no idea. Let's try it. Let's try how to do it. Maybe chat can help me out with what I need to do. All right, so first thing, let's say description. So here description, why it's not description. And by the way, this is gonna be from rec.body. So all totally fine, and even we can do it like here, right? So that's good. So we are getting description. We are getting also not the status, due date probably. Now I am due date, right? What else we are getting? User category. Yeah, category seems a nice thing to have. Category. But then we need category IDs actually. Maybe we need to kind of like have a default for category as well. Well, category is optional. Due date is optional. So you know what? I'll just get rid of them for now. Just for the sake of it, to see that everything is working. And then we move forward with that. So we have user though needs to be there, and category is not necessarily there. So now all we need actually is just the description, right? And that is fine, because now we can create something with that description, and that's it. I mean, it doesn't seem very complicated, but if you see like how to create something in Prisma, it's just there. So you have the data, this is for the user part, and you have to await whatever Prisma returns, and then you just return the message of status, hey, blah blah blah, that's good, all done, and that's it. So let me just go to the end of the page and see this one more time. And I'm a bit skeptical about this one though, so I'm gonna just do a try catch here, try catch block, right? And this error should be there, and I'll just paste whatever I have there in the await part, and I'll return res.status. We'll put 200, and then I have a message or JSON of message to do created. That's it. I don't wanna really make it complicated. All right, so here it says the description has the any what. Why is that? It's not able to type without to do and talk. What the hell is that? I mean, status and stuff are automatically done, but for now I will just ignore that. All right, cool. Here we can do the same, where we just throw that error, but also I can just return status of what will be the best kind of error code here. Maybe you can tell me, or status code for erroring, and I can say, hey, message equal to error dot message. I think it exists there. Or if it doesn't exist and it has like a type of unknown, I just you can just leave it like that, and whatever it returns, I'm really happy with it, right? So this is status. Anybody knows? 500. Okay, 500 seems to be the right thing then. All right, cool. All right, so do you know any problem here that I'm having? I'm not sure, is it just maybe the migration from Prisma or something like that, but it says that it's not assignable to do create input. Prisma to do, maybe because my to do, let me check. I have a to do field, right? Yeah, cool. So this is correct, and that's 100% correct. And but the data part here, let me check the other create part. Yeah, I called the create lately with that, or maybe I have a problem with that because maybe it's an object inside an object, but that's what I did, an object inside an object, which is fine. I have no idea. All right, we can test this with Postman, or basically we can create just the one for it, like the one input for it on the front end, where we call the query as well to post this. All right, cool. Maybe we also need to create a route for it, because now at this base we need also to get that add to do here, and we'll specify to do routes over here, and this will be routes.posts slash. By the way, everything starts with slash API, because if you go here and check server, I think server.ts, yeah, this is what it is. So the app.use, it uses like the slash API part in the beginning, and then here it can be slash API slash add to do, like that. Or maybe add to do is just like that. What is the better way to do it? Maybe this is cool. I don't know. Yeah. So here we will use this add to do. Yeah. Are you okay? Default is 500 unless you check what the error is. Without checking, it could be server error or it could be user data error. Are you sure you want to see raw system error? Maybe not. Yeah, you're right about that. But maybe not. But for now, we can just replace it with whatever we used in the other catch. So the other catch, actually, I did my own message and I passed the error anyhow. Probably we just return like let me show you what I'm gonna think about. So we do the same kinda, we return error as error, so that can be that, but the message we can create it. So we say issue with creating to-dos. But I'm still actually, this still bugs me though, why it's like that. Maybe this is async, that's correct. It's getting that from the rect.body and wait, it's all good, I think. In the data description, there's status, sketch error. Yeah, I don't see any. I will restart my LSP just to know. Right now it's restarting, right now it's coming back to life. Now it's came back with the same error every day. Yeah. Well, it seems like there is something that I'm not aware of though. It says maybe description of any, but I don't know, what should I actually give it like here? So the description have its own kind of type here. Description to text, to string, sorry. That seems really bad. But now it says without to do create input, to do unchecked create input, and to do uncheck create input, and blah blah blah. Type string is not assignable to that. So the type is something that I'm not aware of. Okay, then maybe it's just not understanding what is actually we are sending here. But I will leave it like that still, because I'm not sure that if I actually did any typing for the other stuff that I did. For the user, for example, I don't remember even doing typing in the backend at all. Yeah, you see here, I just got email from rec.body and I move on. I never actually did anything about it. Cool. And guys, who actually mentioned the token blacklist part, this is how I check if you are tokenized or not, or if your token is available or not, by basically using the set. But what could be the better option to do that? I am listening to you because I know that you have better ideas. So now let's leave that to sink in there so I can get your opinions and we move on, right? How does it feel with all fair to work will be replaced by AI in 5 years? I don't think I will be replaced by AI. Nathan said, do you need experience to get a job in Java? I mean, for sure. I mean, yeah. So Novsky said, I will do to-dos / add. Yes, that's probably better. Yeah, I will do it. So the endpoint is to /to do and a post request add the creates to do item. Okay, cool. How can start coding? I actually will have a video coming up to my channel on TikTok for that, so keep signed in. Yeah. Don't use ChatGPT for 2 years at least while learning coding. Yeah, if you are going to use ChatGPT, please, whenever you use it, just go back and check what you used it for and learn line by line what it wrote. That's it. What is the type of description? Description is just a string. Just a string. Check your to-do model and see what URLs are required. You are correct to add that type. You need that. Okay, so I will add it though. All right, I will add the type here, but also I will check. I will check kind of like, I know that it says inline typing, right? So don't chase me for that. And now we will go back to the Prisma part and check this. So description is just, oh, wait a minute. Description was not, yeah, was not necessarily to be there. So it needs to be there for sure. Description is a task itself. Okay, it needs to be there. And it probably has categories that is optional. The user is optional as well. No, the user is not optional. I might make it optional though, but for now, let me see if that's fixed anything. Not really. Okay, let me migrate again. Let me migrate the whole thing. How to do that? I actually forgot. Prisma, MPX, Prisma, npm, Prisma. I don't know. I have no idea. Not in it though. Let me check. In my projects, I have some projects that use Prisma, so I need to check that. Maybe in the chat, guys, if you know, I actually always forget this part. So maybe I need actually to add it to a README file, so I never forget it anymore. Prisma migrate dev. True. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, correct. Actually. Interesting. So actually, yeah, Prisma migrate dev, but before that we need to validate the yeah, we need to migrate the dev. Yeah, npx Prisma migrate dev, but we need to give it a name, right? And then we need to generate. Okay, cool. Yeah. So this is what it needs to be. So name, it will be like update, whatever it is, right? So now it needs to update Prisma for some reason. And we will check it. Okay, cool. So now it has a problem with that. File not found. Oh, wait a second. CD server probably. Yeah. Okay, so the update is there. Okay, let me clear out that, and then npx Prisma generate. So we generate the file again. So this is yeah, this will generate for us like a new migration with the that we can look at though. Let me just go back and npm run dev. It's very funny how I run this. All right, so now we have a problem. It says that source controller blah blah error type, that type of description is not assignable to type or ever. The property user is missing in the type string. Okay. So we need a user type. All right, so if you are seeing, this is probably is what missing. Yeah, which makes sense, right? And the code now is exiting with that. Let me try it. So now it says user. The type of user, man. My user is bit. User, right? The user here actually is a very complicated user path kinda, but I don't know what type of it. I would just put any for now, just for the sake of it, to see if the error pops away. And then he doesn't like the any. But though I have it on the front end, I have it somewhere in the front end. Yeah, user.ts for APIs here. I have some type here. Yeah, user details. Here you go. This one. What comes back from the backend, bro? Like literally, this is odd. Let me check. I will show you, and we can just use it the same. Okay, so now if I just go to my application, now it's not working anymore for some reason, because yeah. Okay, name, email, password. I think name, email is just what we need for this, or user ID or something like that. Yeah, so I'll just make one here very quickly, so to see if it works. So it has an ID of number or string, and then it has a name, email also, email string, but then yeah. Is there a way that we can infer this type of the user directly from Prisma? Maybe that will be our option. Come on, clear this out, and then yeah, it's still exiting. User create nested without to-dos input. Has no properties in common with user created. Okay, let me just test that if that is actually a type. Okay, it's not a type. Yeah, I'm clueless, guys. I honestly don't know. You already have user in your request. Use the verification middleware and inject it, so it's not passed an argument, right? Okay, and the error complains about the type not having user in it, and it's misled to add it in a function type and subsequently pass that to Prisma. User create input. That's what you think? All right, let me just try that. Our friend here said user create, but it seems not something that we can import from anywhere. Yeah, maybe prisma.user create input. No. Also user.type of maybe. Not really, that doesn't work. When you create a new to-do, you send a request to your server with the to-do data. I'm guessing that currently you are not passing a user in that request from your front end, right? I don't have my front end at all when it comes to the to-do list sending. So basically, right now I need just to do the route first and then create the form in the front end, right? That's it. That's what I was thinking. So I think, right. So now I think that the Prisma models probably can, what I was thinking that the Prisma probably gives me some types, and I will show you my schema so you can understand more. So here, the to-do, you see, is a need for a user to know which user created that to-do as a relationship, right? So this user model is this exact model here. So it has an ID, name, email, password, to-dos. Actually, it has a to-dos array. I didn't know that. All right, I actually created that. So, all right. Okay. So now the problem is that this user needs to be there, or the user ID needs to be there. Maybe user ID. Yeah, user ID seems to be something like a, yeah, user.id maybe. Yeah. Yeah, user.id. Okay, so now it says that property ID does not exist on type user delegate default args Prisma client options. Yeah, so you see, that's the problem. If a user is creating a to-do, that means they're already authenticated by your middleware. If they are already authenticated, this means that you already asked the user, and the type should not come from an argument in the incoming request. Yeah, correct. Type of user properties into user type. You should pass a create or connect. Okay, but is that something that we can do? So create function or connect function from Prisma? No, I don't see one. Create connection, right? This one, maybe. No, it's from totally different something. Okay, so I feel like you guys are really close to this, but line 89, if a user created to do that means that they are already authenticated. Yes, yeah, you can send it on Discord, and we can actually check it. Some guy on Discord said, yeah, I can send you the solution. Yeah, a user should be connected. So let me explain to you this. Let me just get this straight for some people in the chat. So this is your application. You have the login on top. So you will pass by login. When you're here, you will do get profile. So basically you will get the profile of the user anyhow, right? So the user will be always with you there when you do get profile. So you have it, right? We can store it somewhere and we can pass it as args for the to-do. That's what I was thinking. So the add to-do though, right, is a possibility for us to just open this like that, and the request will be the description, request.body. So that's the body part of this request, will be the description plus the user. Somehow it told us that this needs to be like that, and it makes sense because every user needs to have his list of to-dos. Yeah, I hope that this explains it, even though that it's a bit like sketchy. But so the user is not inside. Why does your comment seem that yes? Oh, okay, so the user should be inside the request object, you say, right? Correct. Yeah, probably. But doesn't that mean that I need to use a middleware for that? Yes, 1 second. Line 89. Oh, why I'm doing it like that? I can just. Oh, yeah. Attach user to request. So this is, by the way, this is just for user authenticate middleware. So in my case here, yeah, you are right. In my case here, if I actually go to my route, I need to use that user authenticate middleware before the to do. You understand? The get middleware. Then therefore it will be able to get the request, right? Yes. Yeah, so you think we need to use it like that, right? Maybe that will be correct. Yeah. By the way, why my chat is deleting some show material, so show messages caught by auto mode categories, show messages caught by channel block terms. I feel like everything is getting blocked for the chat. Yeah, all good though. I will make you like mod here. So I'm trying to just get someone to be a mod, but I think that it's not working. I forgot about how that works. But anyhow, let's move on. I think this is correct, right? What you shared with me. I also will check Discord because I know, guys, that you are actually talking on Discord as well on this. Yeah. So you said that Prisma new client Prisma. So this can be to do create, and the description is there, and user ID, some user ID status in progress, use the enum value. But by the way, the user ID there needs to be the user ID from the request of user. Yeah, so it's not like yeah, this is what one of the chatters actually sent me. Let me show you. Yeah, so he did like this part where this goes to be like, oops, like that, like description string and then user. Not that, sorry, this is not what he sent me. 1 second, I copied I think the wrong thing. I will delete this. I'll just go here, Still not that. Let me copy it again. Yeah, that's what he sent me. So there is like a data of description, user ID, and some user ID, and then status in progress, use the num value. So this one by default will be in progress, right? Because that's what we have in the defaulted Prisma part. Yeah. So now I think that what our guy here did explain to us, it's like exactly with the user get profile part. As you see here, the user authenticate part, and uses some middleware, or yeah, the user authenticate user middleware. So now this gets the user basically from, yeah, automatically here, or yeah, here you go, user rec.user is available for you. So in our case, we can do rec.user directly, right? Because we nexted it from here anyhow, because we have the middleware for that. Okay, let's try it. Maybe that works. So, but I still feel like where I get the description from, so the user type, I won't get it. I won't get the user here. I will try to delete this as well, like, yeah, so it just becomes clearer. And then I will do this user rec.user, yeah, should be available. Property user does not exist on type user or undefined. It does, because here we are returning it already. Rec.user, yeah, correct. Yeah, because it will be available directly from there. Then you know what, I will just not use this query and disconnect part. Probably that's also a bit odd. And then here, user ID equal user.id, and that await needs to be an async here. Is it fine to type the async like this? Right, so now we just have the problem here, you see? Property user does not exist on type user and undefined. And why is that? Interesting. Very interesting. I think that's it, right? Chat, maybe you can correct me on this. Right, I think it's just passing a user ID. That's off screen, can see. All right, right now I will just z-top this so you can see it. Yeah, user is already user object. Oh, okay. Yeah. By the way, Pro Evils, I cannot see your comment because it does actually make it blurred. Do you know how can I actually just allow all comments on the chat? Maybe you are actually show me that. Chat highlights, chat appearances, screen reader auto announce, show messages got by channel blocked. Yeah, that's fine. Or maybe make you a mod. I was thinking to do that. Ah, yeah, that works. You are saying that user, yeah, rec.user, but that's what we have here, right? And it still kind of shows this error, which I will ignore right now. And I think this is correct what we're doing, right? But there is a problem that I don't understand. In our case here, the Prisma, right, it has a user and user ID in the URM, right? So I was thinking, should we just put the user ID or should we actually put just the user directly? But if we put the user ID, it will be a relation automatically. So we need just user ID. Correct. All right, cool. Now I'm not sure about this rec.user. Yeah. So he's saying that we don't need to restructure this, and then user ID does not exist on there. So let me just do it. User dot nothing. User ID maybe. Type user dash undefined is not signed to type string or undefined. Yeah. Yeah, what I was doing actually is very stupid. Like, this needs to be like that, and then it could be just rec, right? What am I doing? Yeah. What's the request dot? That's just because we have a middleware. So basically, the middleware actually returns that user. Yeah. And returns it inside the request. Oh, someone actually commented about the Dracula theme. I have the Tokyo Night theme. Have you tried setting the variable type? I honestly don't know in this case, but it might be that we can just move on with this now, create like the route for the front end and see how it goes, right? So now here I have this API here in the front end. Let's create everything and then do like a trial and error, right? So here I have to-dos. .ts, I will create it there. And by the way, for my controller and route, I will just use to-dos /add. So then I will have to do /something else, to do /something else. All right, cool. Okay, so now to-dos here. It will be just a simple call like this one's here, right? The only thing that it accepts like a request body. So some of the things that we can see here that where we use that is one thing like this one, like the login part, and we can use it for to-dos. So I'm gonna just paste it here and I'm gonna change it, and I'm gonna call it the same, add to-do, right? And here it will just accept a to-do detail, basically details, and we don't need this omit part. We'll make one for it. And then this also not necessarily right there. So the to-dos part here will accept description, right? And we don't need anything else actually, I suppose, because this is gonna be to-do details, right? And this is gonna call exactly the to-dos.add. So to-dos /add, sorry, yeah. And this is gonna be post JSON stringify, it's gonna be the description part. Yeah, so const JSON await res.json, and then this token part for sure is not there, return JSON. Does this seem cool for you? Actually, yes, cool. All right, this is nice. Now let's create kind of like a type for this. It's just a simple type. To-do details type, which is just a description of string for now. Yeah, now seems that's okay. Do I actually need to export it or something like that? Is defined but never used. Isn't like to-do details? Yeah. Okay. What? Ah, yeah. This needs to be to-do details. Yeah. They have the same type though, but maybe I will just do type just to make it different for you guys to know which is which, right? Okay, does this seem correct for you? Like that seems okay, right? Line control to yes, you have to set the type of user to record string. That's amazing actually. That might be correct. So here I might go to this do this right here for the user part. And actually, doesn't that mean that this part, I don't know if it's the same or not. Like you can do just, what is it, like key, how is it, like key like this, string to string, isn't it the same? I just want to know. Okay, let me just finish it correctly. And that's probably not needed there, so isn't that the same, or it needs to be something different? I'm just asking, right? No, okay. I'm just okay, now you're yeah, okay, so this needs to be a record of string, right? Like that. Line, okay, I got your point now. So here he said line 85, where I actually set the user part to record string, but that's what it is, right? So he said right here, instead of record string, I can use type of user, but I don't have anything called type of user here. Yeah, in this case, shouldn't be Prisma type. That's what I was actually talking about. How can Prisma infer types for me, like give me types, right? Did you change the terminal theme down, or is it from VS Code theme? It's like from Tokionite is actually from GitHub. You can find it. It's like a very famous theme for NeoVim. Oh, it said the guy here said you import them. Andres Valdez, define a user type or import it. But how do you import these? Did you already generate your Prisma client? Yes, I generate this. 1 second. Prisma migration, this is what I generated though, so it's just added that alter because we do have the Prisma client like this, right? Prisma, not client, Prisma schema like that. Type of user, or you can import. Okay, let me try that. From Prisma, right? User info from OS. No, I don't see anything coming from Prisma though. User from Prisma client. Oh, yes, correct. Oh man. Okay, so here wait a second. You see the error now is just totally different. It says property user does not exist of type. Oh wow, okay, so the request here is completely the user. No, right? For sure, 1 second, because I need to just surround this by that, right? Or can I use it here? No, right? Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, so this is wrong. Yeah, because this is inferring that to become like that. Okay, so I'm trying to do just this like that, and it seems not to work. It says that property user does not exist on type. Okay, let me just user or undefined. Where do I have user undefined on my application? Now the user is already that, right? So now we have rec.user equal user, right? Okay, so rec.user needs to be also user type, right? But that's obvious. Now we are close, right? You had it right once. Yeah, okay. The type should be passed down from your middleware. Yeah, okay. Then don't break it. All right. All right, I will just delete this one and I will just not use anything. Yeah, this one though, this one here is returning user or undefined. Yeah, yeah. Have you used bolt.new before? No, I didn't. What type your request is? Have you used bolt? No. All right, so now as you see, chat, that I'm trying. Yeah, that's the problem. How is rec like that, right? Property ID does not exist. User ID. User dot no. In my Postgres, let me just check the schema. It's ID directly. You see, it's ID directly there. So ID does not exist of type user. Come on, why this is just making me feel bad. So ID string, you see. Property ID does not exist of type user. Now I'm really pissed out. What is the user coming up here? So basically I used that user instead of record string, right? And line 86 that you mentioned here. So user now is type user, right? And this one, let me check it, is a Prisma payload, so that's fine. Let me just type it again and it will pop up. Yeah, so this is name, ID, email, password created at, updated at, and that's correct. So it has the ID in it. And now rec.user equal user. Rec.user, by the way. So not rec. Then this one here is correct, right? Or this is what might be that also work, right? Property ID does not exist on type that. Now I am confused. Why should it not, right? Or user. Property ID does not exist on user. User. Okay, you know what? Now the description does not allow that. It needs to be user ID. I think this is correct. Yeah, once you delete user, it will work. Your Prisma model shows ID. Can you see the type? The type is string, by the way. Check its type. I don't know how to do that in NeoVim, but in VS Code you just over and over the word user. Okay. Our guy here said maybe like that. But that's still not working for us right now. Yeah. I like it like this just for cleanup. Alright, this now is a bit odd for me because that should be there. Alright, let's try it out. Let's see if this will at least run the backend, because if it runs the backend, okay, so now the error says property ID does not exist on type user still. Should I migrate again or do something? Honestly, now I am confused. Alright, let me use also the user authenticate part, how I got that here. Actually return direct.user directly as a user, which makes sense. And here I'm using the user ID to be equal user.user ID. The funny part though is that it says here, if I just do user, right? It says type as user or undefined is not available to type whatever. And property ID does not exist on that. And it says here property user does not exist on type, so that's fine, because user implicitly has any type. No. I'll try it here as well. Okay, so type user or undefined is not this. It's not undefined though. Rec.user maybe. And you know what? I'll just do this. Probably it will. If rec.user okay, wait a second, and I can push this inside the try button. The user is missing the following properties of type. I'll just take off the type here. Yeah, same thing. So property ID does not exist on type user. You know what? I think that it's just messed up. Yeah. Yeah, let's see. Our guys here saying that alright, interface request with user, extend request, user ID, blah blah blah, type of the request to add the function. Like, this is a good thing actually. Interface request with user, extends user where the ID string, and then interesting. Let's try this. Some guy told me, yeah, maybe you just need to do this. Oops. I'll just copy it again to show you, chat. Like that, and then here this one will be request with user, right? Oops, it works actually. Am I blind? Extends request, and it adds that ID kind of. But doesn't this mean that if I do this now it will seem correct or not? If I do this with user, I mean, am I blind? Are we having a problem here? Can I let that sink in, chat? Maybe you can look at it and tell me. Can we look at the type of the request? Request user is an empty interface on Express. Oh, you are right here. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so what our guys in the chat of TikTok saying, and I'm answering now the guys on Twitch, that the request itself doesn't have a type unless you give it or you extend the type for it. So you say, I am extending the type of the middleware, and I'm also making sure that the user exists in that middleware request that it passed. Yeah. Eva asked, do you use Discord? By the way, anybody who wants to check on Discord or check me on Discord or whatever, go to my profile and click the Discord link. You will be redirected to Discord, and you can there join me basically. Yeah. Nick also asking the same question, the type of request. Honestly, now I'm not gonna touch it anymore. All right, let me check on that type. So the type user, you see this one here, the type user, right? So if I just rewrite it, and I will stop, all right, and I'll do user and hover over it. Can you see it? Yeah, so on top of my head there is name, ID, email, password, created at and updated at, right? Oh, Busy Inhaler said, my man, why the two responses instead of throwing and catching in the error middleware? Oh, what do you mean by that? Maybe you know better. Can you explain? Yes, thank you, Novsky. That seems to be working. Yeah. So now we are good. Let me check also how many followers you have on TikTok, because I see a lot. We already have now 10,800. That's cool. Can we reach actually to maybe 11K today? That can be done if you do it. Thanks a lot though for following. I really appreciate it. All right, can we move on maybe? This seems like the rec.user middleware. Yes, it does pass that for us. Perfect. But in our case, this seems to be fine for now. And we will just pass that if everything is good. And then also, I'll just delete this if, just for the sake of it right now, to make it just all in same try, so I don't have to wait anymore. So this seems to be will be working, right? Let's check. Clear npm run dev. Bum 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 bum. I have a problem. Argument of type request is not assignable to parameter request handler. Params dictionary. Blah 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 blah. Now we have a new problem. The thing is how the type of user is undefined. Maybe I just return what I had. It's still the same, right? Type undefined. Where does the undefined type comes from? Is the user ID optional though? Yeah, so yeah, let me try this out. If regular user, if type of this one is unequal to unequal to undefined, invalid type of comparison value, so that's wrong. Yeah. Yeah, so the same thing actually happening now is that argument of type request with user is not assignable to parameter of type request handler params. Oh man. Yeah. This one looks, what is this? I have no idea, man. Yeah. Yeah. The route type is invalid now. Yeah. Or maybe, okay, I'm thinking, right? Maybe you just don't need to do this at all. Maybe you just get rid of the route itself part, because we have the user part, right? Then we can store the user in like some context part or something, and we pass it to, yeah, we pass it as we are just doing the request. So this is what I'm thinking about. 1 second, just correct me if I'm wrong. Route, and here I'll just delete this part, and then request with user, I will just return it to request, right? And then the property ID is still not there, but I'm gonna try with it like that. Yeah, so it says ID does not exist on type user, and user should be of type user here, or undefined. Let's try that for some reason. Yeah, so this is really odd. Okay, then we will also get the user from the description part here, so let me try it like that. Yeah, and then stop it like this and see what happens. Does that seem to work for us? I have no idea. Yeah, it seems to work for some reason. If I do this, if I just take off this part, yeah, so not rec.user now, rec if user itself, right? Let me try. Okay, seems to starting. And right now I'm parsing user to body, fuck it, because now I don't care anymore. I will just get it from the profile using the use auth function, and then move from there. What is the type of user? You're yet to check. The type of user now is actually should be user. Yes, should be there. Also this one here, if I just do this, right? You know what, why I'm actually making this hard. What if, right? If we go to top and then actually got the to do part as well, to do, right? Class, and then make this as a to do itself, and then we don't care a lot about where it comes there. So this one, we make it a to do and see what is oh, sorry about that. To do, yeah, so the to do property user does not exist on type to do, right? Yeah, okay, so now we need to have actually, okay, so now that's not the to do, sorry for that. This one here is of type to do, but the to do part, let me just do it, const to do equal, yeah, so description user ID equal user.id, right? I'm just preparing it to do, kind of, and then I'll just give it here the type of to do. All right, just make it like a simple one so the type seems to be different. All right, that seems cool, right? And then here, instead of passing all of that, I'll pass to do and see what will be the problem. So it says description of any, user ID of any is missing the following properties, which are IT string created at blah blah blah. Yeah, so that's different, right? Yeah, because also it will ask for a due date and stuff like that. All right, so then that won't work, kinda. All right, then I'll leave it as is, as it was, right? Yeah. Check any type with hover. I think no, because how can I do that? 1 second. So if you hover over a type, you mean this request, right? I think you can, but show line diagnostic, see to check, see available code actions, extract type aliases. No, I think E, collapse file explorer. No, I'm trying to check now. See available code actions, maybe convert to anonymous. No, these are code actions. I'll try to find it out. I think I don't have it. Show infer diagnostic. No, that's also trying to find that out. For some reason I don't have it. W also I don't have that. In X I don't have that. Open trouble documents, open trouble fix. So I'm checking actually what I can do in terms of if I am hovering over something like that. Okay, this seems not to work, right? But if I just do request like this and I hover over it like that, then it shows something very odd. Yeah. So I need to actually check that. Maybe I will add a plugin for that. Thanks for letting me know actually. I'll try tomorrow to add something like that, right? That will be better actually, so I can see exactly what are happening in the type. how have you been able to code this much with no types? Actually, just trial and error, just typing and seeing how it works. Yeah, man, you must have been in a lot of pain in the past if this is how you've had to code. Yes, true. Yeah, because in VS Code you need to hover over it and then it will tell you like what it is. This is NeoVim. Yeah, this is NeoVim. Yeah, maybe you guys can check with me what is like the plugin that I need actually to use for this. And what's the Discord for? You can actually go to my Discord on my profile and just chat. We can chat, we can decide what to do next few days, and we can just talk about coding. By the way, we are 10.9 followers, 10.9k, so we are close to 11k. So if you can do it today, that would be amazing. Let's see how we can do this. I think we are very close actually. Yeah, this is like hard mode. Yes, I agree. And believe me, I manage, so I think it's good like this. All right, so now as if the server is working, I don't want to really oh, all right, let me just see. Did you Google it? What? How do you know that? Yeah, K, correct. I didn't know that, honestly. Is this NeoVim? What? I actually didn't know that. So here we can see the type of user. Okay, okay, now okay, to impersonate another user. Yeah, the type is wrong, but we just got rid of it anyhow. Yeah, the type of user is just, yeah, it's just totally wrong now. Yeah, so to do here, create. All right, whatever. Honestly, guys, we are spending too much on this. Let's just move on. Yeah, so we have the API part, and I will pass that. So let me show you why I told you that I will pass that. So let's think about our index file now in the route. Where is it? Authenticated index file. Okay. Let's make a simple form, and let's call this. Here we have the Pomodoro part, right? Let's have a to-do list part. Okay, I'll do a component. I'll call it like a reusable component. Oh man, this is gonna be, yeah, very odd. But here, avatar, and that's UI part. This is the Pomodoro one, so I'll put the component here and I will call it to-dos component .tsx, and this is gonna be an RFCE basically. And why is that not working? And let me just make it work now. AFCE to create like not like that, but this is kind of like in the snippet part in GS Code. Same thing but different. So now what I'm gonna create here is just, I'm gonna use the use form from, okay, 1 second, let me think about it. I'm gonna use the use form from React. hook forms maybe. Right, and I'm gonna also import like some Z object, like for Zod. I think Zod resolver is called something like that, Zod resolver, from that part also that I need, right? And I can just do here const what comes first, do you guys know? Errors, form state errors, something like that. Form state. No, before that we have the handle submit, we have the register. Yeah, register, handle submit, or not handle submit in this case. Yeah, handle submit. Fuck it. But does it come like this or handle submit with camel case? I don't know. And then we have form state that actually has errors in it for some reason. It destructures itself into errors. And then this equal to use form, and the use form needs to has like a title of Zod resolver or something like that. I don't remember how it is, but this is how I can think about it right now. Zod resolver, and this accepts something. It's like too much errors into one. Why check? Pro Evils, I am actually trying to learn with hard mode so I can just remember the syntax. And for me, I have it actually in another page, so I'll just go and grab it. Right now we're just playing kind of like the hard game. So basically this is it. Here you go. Yeah, I actually wrote it not bad, right? So that's cool. So I will actually copy the same here and see what I can do about this. So we said actually that we will have a type, right? A type of to do schema in this case. So I will do everything here and then take them away, right? So don't cry, guys. Equal to type. Oh, wait a second. Equal to description. String probably. That's what we need. But there is one thing that I need you also to know, that here in this component we were gonna get the profile as well. So I think there is a function that I used, it's called get profile. Yeah, so profile maybe. Yeah, here you go. Get profile is here, so we are gonna use this same function here. Or wait a second. Wait, it returns the user, right, as a value. So we can use this auth provider part. We can just use the context for this. Use auth will return the user, right? Let's see where we use auth. Yeah, we can do it. We can do it 100%. So the user is there. And we can just go back to to-dos. Look how front end is super easy, man. Like, why do I have to suffer with this backend drama? So this user basically will become the user part that we will send and handle submit later on, right? So actually we can just do the okay, never worry about that now. It's just that we're gonna create a function for that. We created already, so I think we created something called set to do or get to do or add to do, right? Add to do. Yeah, here you go. And then we can go check it. This is the add to do one. Let it sink in your head. So it passes description, and we said that we accept the user as well, right? Here we go, drama again. Okay, so that user needs to have a type for some reason, and also I'm not sure where should I get it from. In the Prisma part, you think so? But we are having like the user ID, that's what all we need, right? But the user ID is super fine to have it, I think, there. Backend drama is real. Happy boy, I'm actually looking at your comment right now, so can you reply to the comments? Yeah, I'm trying to reply, but also I'm trying to code, so we can do both at the same time. That's why it's just too much for you, yeah. Like, Yeah. So what is your goal here? I'm actually building like a white noise app, let's say, and this white noise app have these features to it that we are kind of adding the to-do list feature right now. Yeah, so it works perfectly. All right, problem 2 is that any user in the world can create to-dos for any other user. True in this case. Yeah, but do you think, what is the solution here, Pro Evils? Maybe you can tell me. Should we just go back to the middleware drama? Then we can create this. Yeah, you guys can answer each other questions. That will be amazing. You gotta do this much to make white noises? Not really, not that much. But we have like a simple app that is encapsulating everything. So we have like a multi-tasking app. You should use the middleware as that easier to do it in that way. You send the GWT token in the request to create a new to-do. Oh, okay. So you think that, yeah, correct. Yeah, so we might actually do it that way. So maybe we pass the GWT token from the local storage because we save it there. And then therefore it's better. But in order for me to check if that's a real user or not, I need to check if it's just into that blacklist or not, right? Okay, let me show you what I want to do, and then you tell me if it's correct or not. We can leave this as description, but we can also do this like const gwt, right? Yeah, or maybe we can pass the header token directly there with the bearer, but exactly what we did here. In the user part here, like if I go at the end, we can have headers in here that are like this, right? Maybe this authorization part, right? You can just add it here. Maybe that, because the token now can be coming from local storage. Basically this one not really. And then let me just check my registry. It's 0, so how can I do that? I forgot. Like this, 0 and paste, yeah, like that. And then therefore we don't need the user at all. And then therefore we just pass the description, and then with the bearer we get the authorization part. What do you think? Yeah, true, actually, you are right. Yeah, then all this drama won't be necessary at this point. But also, the problem is that our middleware passes that GWT token as correct or not, but there's an issue actually here. That we don't have the user at that point when we actually try to post. We have the GWT token itself. All right, cool. Let me think about it a bit as well. Some guy said, why are you trying to destructure prop from a type? Where do you see it? No, this is to do details type, and I'm just structuring here to do the details. I actually added the type to not get confused, but you seem to be the first one confused by that. yeah yeah, correct. It's just Riz had a problem here. Sorry, it's just me. Also, I get confused all the time with that. But how many languages do you use for this project? Actually, we have a Python section of this project that actually downloads also the OGG files for this noises, right? Yeah, man. Oh, well, some guy said, why you don't do this in a try catch? Because our try catch is in the back end, my brother. But yeah, it's correct. I mean, I'm going to use 10 stack query for that. So basically it will try catch everything for me. So here, I think I have the authorization part here somewhere, where it checks actually the GWT token. Here you go. The token can come here and I can check it directly. So let this be something that we want to check. So here it can be 500 again. Right. And basically if I don't do a string, I think I will just face an error, right? No? Okay, I'll leave it still. Yeah. Can you guys read that and tell me if that's fine? Okay, so to solve that, developers typically put the user ID in the GWT when creating the token and then encrypt it. Yes, that's what I have actually. And then decrypt it, you mean? In the future request, you decrypt the token and get the user. $500 indicates a server error, but them having a blacklist token isn't a server error. They're more 403 is better. Right. Okay. All right. Then we will do 403 because honestly, I suck at this status code. It's yeah, but the thing is, token expired. Please log in again. That's fine. Or token expired. Relog in to be able to do to-dos. Let me read also. Yeah, Kishan said forbidden access. That's fine. Thank you. What theme do you use? Talk Unite. Honestly, I'm learning so much. I'm also learning so much. Good shit, dude. Same here. Everybody, I feel like I have 88 viewers on TikTok right now, and 40 of them are just sitting there and just watching like what I'm doing and learning from my mistakes. And I'm honestly look what something that I learned from this. Some guys will come to the chat and be like, you're shit, you're bad at what you do, you don't understand how this works. For sure, I'm a front-end developer. I have no idea what DevOps means or what whatever anything means, right? So I have a slight idea of how it works and stuff, but not much, right? So I'm aware of making a fool out of myself to learn something. So I'm okay with that, because if I continue like this, I will be better and better and better and better. At some point, I will be architecturally, I don't know, knowing all the things that I know, I should know, kind of, yeah. So that's the first step. In order to become good at anything, just make a fool out of yourself and see how people will be like, oh, he's doing this like a million times and he doesn't understand, blah, blah, blah. But then in 5 years, like, or whatever, this will become like something that makes me, I don't know how much money, just because I know and I passed by this and I know exactly this type of error. So I'm trying to also teach you doing that, and hopefully together we can do it. Anyhow, yeah, by the way, yes. But in my case here, I need to check if that's actually correct or not. I have a decrypt function. I think I have a bcrypt function, but I also have decrypt function, right? This is the bcrypt compare, you see? So this bcrypts.compare the password and user.password to see if that's correct or not, because whenever someone actually tries to log in, and by the way, I saw that some guy here in the chat wanted to see the callback, please, for the passport.js part, and this is how it is. Here, if user, then we are doing bcrypt. Is there anything else? bcrypt.compare, this is uses the GWT part, I think. Or we actually use the, yeah. How can we check against that? Now I am confused actually. Now this is the part where we can get the user actually. Yes, the token contains the user ID. Yes. The token 100% contains that, because what do you mean line 5 here? Sorry, I went there. So here, let's go like this. Line bcrypt compare. Yeah, so here where I actually check the user in my database, and how can I check that? I just compare the password typed with the password hashed, right? Because the user.password is coming from the body when I log in, right? Yeah. So bcrypt compare is fine here. It uses the GWT token, I think. Yeah. But how can I get the user ID in this case? I compare what to what? Or I get the user with that GWT token. Oh, and I get the match, and then I return back the ID, right? That could be it, right? Yes. Any request coming from the front end will have the user ID inside it, kind of. But if it has the authorization part from the token, yes. But how can I do that? How can I get that? Your middleware will get it, right? My middleware will get it, because here I have the middleware function. Where is it? Let's actually check it. Yeah, so it does GWT session false error and returns the user directly here, and the rec.user equal user attach user to request. Okay, then we need to use the middleware. We are spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. It will, that's why you see it as a record string. Yeah, because yeah, it returns a string even with the hashed password, if you think about it. Yeah, my user is already in the request object if I use the middleware left stuff, actually, right? Yeah, it's the user, correct. So this one probably needs to be returned to record string, right? Did you mean record? Yes, I meant records. Prisma call to get the user in the middleware, and Prisma call into the function to get the user. Yeah. If you want to do an endpoint to authenticate, you have to use your middleware. Yeah. All right. So guys, should we use the middleware or not? What do you think? Pro Evils, also I'm asking you there in the chat, because probably you know better. rec.user equal the data inside the GWT token. Yeah, which is the rec.user equal user. Yes, because it returns the user. Because here this path, okay, you know what, let me just return that. So in controller routes here, that's the one, and here it's to-dos /add, right? That's what I did, right? Let me just check it. /to-dos /add, right? Or to-do / yeah. So these two functions are, yeah, to-do /add, yeah. So this is that returns a void, and then it returns also to the next function the user, right? Cool. Do you guys prefer to learn JavaScript or TypeScript? I think you learn JavaScript, and when JavaScript ends, starts TypeScript. So basically, for your kind of general knowledge, you need to have knowledge of TypeScript. Yeah. So how can we actually get the user here? Because the user is already gotten with this authenticate part. So if you think about it, this authenticate function actually returns the user as exactly when you use the authorization part in it. Maybe that was the issue, because here, look at this. If you have the header, then it returns that, but automatically after check-in, it doesn't even check this. It doesn't even check the authorization part. But in our case though, we need to get the user inside here. So instead of all of this, I will just do rec.user. Yeah. .id, hopefully. But we are facing the same issue again. Yeah. Ah, yeah, 1 second. This one needs not to be coming from there. And this user doesn't need to be there. Property ID does not match, so this is express user or undefined. Okay. Right. Now we go back to, yeah, express has its own kinda or actually we need to pass the user type in the record string on top as a real string, right? Because here, where is it? The rec.user equal user. This one is a parameter of record string. Can we do, for example, record string and an ID string, something like this, right? Oh man, it became like maybe that's wrong. All right, let me just try something. Oh, wait a second, why is it not even working now? Still not this. And I'm now really mad at this. We are using the middleware. The middleware will actually pass that. If the token is not there, then pass res.just rec.user. So you must override the type. Express user type seems something. Yeah, I need to override it, but I don't know how to do that actually. How long you learn this, bro? I think I'm learning with with you day by day. So this is the express part. I'm learning it really newly, so I don't know. Yeah. Code example above. Oh, you did something? All right. So user rec.user as. Okay. I look at user.id, I think. All right, let's do it. Const user equal user rec.user as ID string, and whatever I put in there also key string, right? And I can take off this one. Rec.user.id, so this one will be. Did this just work now? Let me just take off, go up, and in the record key string part, let me just go this way where I used it. Key. This one I will delete it because I need to return it to record string, right? And then go down, see if there's any error, see if we have any error in here. Seems fine, right? But this is better. Okay, control blah 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 expected. Let me check. Line where? Line 18. What? Oh, okay, it's having a problem somewhere. Up. Yeah, here. Did I change something here? Let me check. Okay, so okay, so now it's not see, and I will return this to record. It seems like it's not doing my I need to find where I have a problem now, because honestly it's not shown. This is correct. Where it says line 18, 7 expected. Okay, what the hell happened here? Did I copy something from here? I'm not sure. That's there, that's there. What? Okay, is there a function that is not closed here? No, it's closed here, right? What the hell? Look inside source passport.ts. Code example above, or you must override the type. I don't see actually the problem. Maybe you guys see it. Line 6, you're missing. Oh, hell yeah. This one, right? Alright, so these types, we don't really need that. Nice, correct. So now let's go back to the part where we have this on the front end. So this is our front end part now. We have the bearer coming back from there and the user coming also from there. So we know that the user actually will be corrected. Yeah, the user, we need to make sure that it's called user ID. Yeah, so it's called user ID. That's correct. And let me read your comments. Now I will read all the comments. So this is TypeScript, yes. If you do that, maybe modify the next request type in the global to have your user context. Oh, Shaded actually have a point. Maybe the next request actually needs to have also a type of user in it. Copy and paste into ChatGPT. I want to see if it can figure it out. Honestly, I don't want to use ChatGPT anymore. I decided to not use it anymore unless it's something like CSS or regex kinda. All right, cool. So now we can try this via actually the to-do part here. So the to-do's TSX. So now we have the use auth part that we don't need now because we already have this part. We created this description of type there, description schema type. So now we can just change this one to the schema type, and the contact schema can be just like this. So you can say const to do type schema, to do schema type, to do schema equals z dot object dot like this. You open this and then you pass. Actually, you pass just the to do, right? To do description, or just do description. And then I forgot. Honestly, I always have a problem with this. Let me check. Contact. So basically, I have a contact schema here that I can check out. And this is how it looks. So the object, the first name. So I'll copy one. And then actually go to my to-do list here and just paste it. Yeah, so that's it. So here I'll just copy this and then just delete. Right, bro. All right, so now we can go here and use that to-do schema and that seems to be working fine. The only thing here that I didn't use the add to do part, that's our other problem, which is the use query part, right? Which seems also to be done here in this function as well. Oh no, not here, actually in the login page I think we have it. So reusable login form, I have it here. So you need to actually have a query client, and then query client dot something dot mutation for posting, and then you will use mutation dot mutate kinda. So we don't use yeah, actually this query client, where do I use it from? Where do I use it in actually? Let me just do this. So here, invalidate queries. Okay, seems cool. Yeah, so we're gonna use the same here with the const of mutation, right? And on submit we have to use this same kind of things, and I'm gonna copy them. I just want to see if things will work out perfectly or not, right? Yeah, are you guys following, or do you need me to explain something here? Because honestly I know we are just flying kinda. Yeah. So yeah, what to import here? I think we need to use mutation from 10 stack, and also we need to create a query client for this. That's totally simple. Just do this, like query client equal use query client, which is from also Zod, and it will from 10 stack query. Yeah, this description, probably we need to just do minimum or maximum 200 characters maybe, and maybe we need to make it required. Yeah, but it should be required by default. Handle submit errors, everything there will be used in the form. Mutation, okay, so now we have that to use here. The add to do part, right? And this, oh wait a second, this is the type of the data, so to do schema, right? Yeah, so here description, and here we can add the to do schema or add to do, and we need just only, I don't know if I actually need them to be the structure, or yeah, to be the structure description. Yeah, on success navigate nowhere, and this should be just a comment. Did you use a template or guide on an express generator to create the project in the beginning? There is code in the project you aren't aware of, it seems. No, I actually didn't. What do you mean, the lib part maybe, or maybe the chatcm part? How about fuzzy search? We did that, by the way. Which IDE are you using? I'm using NeoVim with basically as a text editor with some plugins. Oh, and passport.ts, yes, I copied that in the, yeah, I copied that from the docs kind of directly. So here I actually didn't bother even to check that, but I know that in server.ts it uses also the passport part. In config passport.ts, this one, it just gets the user, and yeah, that's the middleware part of, I think. Also it helps with the middleware. Oh wait a second, yeah, these two are actually from, this all actually is from the docs. I just copy pasted it, right? And the .config here just to get my GWT token. So everything you mean in the user part? Everything in the controller part you mean for that function. But how then can I just get that? Yeah. Yeah, but if it gets it into the request, always it put it where exactly into the request? That's what I want to know. Yeah. So always whenever I use passport.js here in this case, by the way, 1 second. So this is passport.use, right? Yeah, correct. Yeah, so db init, I think. What the hell is that init? 1 second. I actually forgot this part actually. Yeah, so this one gets Prisma client, so that's the Prisma client. Okay, I did it this way, like, man, I shouldn't put it there, but all good. So there in my passport.ts, it just uses the new GWT strategy of options, and with every GWT payload it looks for the where ID equal GWT. Okay, payload. So because the GWT payload basically will return the user, then it will have an ID. If user return done null user, then otherwise return null false, and catch return done error false. Okay. Yeah, I can kinda understand it now. So think rec.user default Prisma user object, the types just didn't know. Yeah. So the thing here is what I'm actually trying to understand. Does my middleware then actually is necessary or not in this case if I have this passport.ts file with this? Yeah, hit the to-do route. Okay, let's try it. That's what we're going to do, but I don't have Postman installed for this, so I will just use it in the application directly. So yeah, why not? We need to do it, right? So right now, you know what to do. I will just use like a simple form, or actually I can show you one of the cool stuff. So if I do see inside tag, I will just edit the tag, and then if I do for example change tag, right, I think change surrounding tag, then it will be just asking me what do you want for it, and I will say form. So these are like the stuff that you learn from the IDE itself, which is NeoVim. All right, I will copy that also from here. I think I have it open in the login form somewhere. I don't want to actually make mistakes right now because I'm honestly destroyed, but I think the login form have that all in here. It has like a simple form with an on submit for the handle on submit part. That's correct, and then I'll just copy an input with its stuff. So I need this, right? And probably I need also a button of type submit, right? So I will do just a button and this type of submit, right? And then I will just go here and change this to be description. Also this one to have the same, this type to have the same. Then yeah, my form needs to be having like an on submit function. I think then we don't need that on submit on there. So here mutation dot, this is the funny part, mutation dot mutate, I think. Mutate, and then you pass the handle submit part, right? Or this on submit function, I will call it handle submit just to understand what, or the opposite. Actually, you can just pass it like that, and data will just mutation mutate that. Okay, you know what? I'll do it differently. Form on submit, handle submit here, and then I will call this handle submit. Yeah, that will be because my handle submit already takes the data directly from there. All right, so which is not a login schema, by the way, it's a description schema. It's to-do schema, basically, to-do schema type. Yeah, so that on success, let's console log something. Done adding to do. And what else? Oh, by the way, yeah, I need to forgot something. Handle submit, and then this one will take this one function. So handle to do. Sorry for that. I actually not familiar 100% with this. Yeah. So now the input is there. on input. What do you mean by that? Cannot find input for sure, because we didn't import input. So the input is coming from chatcn basically. Duplicate. Why? Oh, wait a second. I'll replace this with that. I'll replace this with this component. Alright, let me just delete all of this, because I honestly, components folder /UI/input, duplicate identifier input. What does that even mean? Oh, okay, because I have it here. Okay. Cool. Query value never read. That's fine, because now we can GCC that. Now I'm close to actually doing with this. So this one is a description. Alright, so now we are good actually. Use query client, we don't need it on top, but it's fine. That's, we leave it there. So here also it's description. So are you ready, guys, to use this? Everybody in the chat trying to discuss what I'm doing. Are you also coding in Arduino? No, I'm coding on NeoVim. Test it out, hit the to-do and console log rec.user. I think we will see everything, by the way, in the in the network tab, right? Or actually we can console log that for sure. We can console log the whole rec in the source here. So basically in the controller part, I will just go here and kind of console.log rec.body and then rec.user, and let's hope for the best, right? And I will console log something also with there. So this is backend. I'll just add strings just to make sure. Backend, that just as an arrow, so I know exactly which one comes from where. All right, cool. So now we'll go back here. By the way, we can do AF to go exactly there. So I actually wanted to use this in the layout myself, but I think I can add it up in the into the to-do list. Yeah. Into the index page. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Let me close this one and then go back to index.tsx. Now we are getting this to do as component, right? And then tuck. This will be the ugliest to do that you will see in your life, and that will be in the terminal for sure. So yes, Proivals, that will be in the terminal. So now we are going to the application. Nice, look at this. Where is my button? Where is my button? What the hell? Okay, cool. I don't see my button for the to do, so I will show you 1 second. My button is there. Sure. Type submit. So they are here. Add to do my G. All right. So that will be it. And what else? I think. What else? Yeah, it's complete, I think. Yeah. So now add to do is a button, but I think I can just get the button from also import button. And why this is always the same problem? So I'll just query that and paste it here instead of this bullshit, and I'll just use it at the end here where I just changed this one to button, and that didn't change the closing tag, so I'm gonna just use the same. So now if I refresh this, it says that something is wrong. Button model source UI input provide an extra button name. Yeah, sure, because this one needs to come from bottom file. Yeah, correct. So now let me check if this works. Yeah, now I'll show you how it looks though. Looks very bad, Right, so let's open the network tab. Moment of truth, guys. So now if I refresh this, by the way, this is the profile part, so this is what I'm getting. So sync in to see exactly what the GWT part returns, because this is another part that uses the middleware, which returns everything, but the password is hashed, so not a big problem, because I use the decrypted password to see actually. Oh, we have 155 people watching. What the hell? Where you all came from? Oh, never mind. Yes, that's GS. Let me also tell you guys. Yeah, that is never okay. I will just take it off. I need to omit that, by the way. This is my Twitch channel, so you can guys also go there and check me on Twitch. So I will actually put pin the comment with my Twitch account or Twitch page. And yeah, I have a problem, right? So here now I will call this. I will call it now and check. So this one, first to do's, add. Whoa, there's a problem. The first to do is added as a description. So here it says 4x4 not found. It didn't found the add to do's at all, right? To do / add, right? Do I need to add something there? No. It doesn't use API in it. So you see that? It doesn't use API as a... Oh, yeah. I need to pass it. Yeah, sorry for that. I'll just do it directly now. So to do's, I think I need to pass that inside here, inside our fetch. So it should be /API /to do. So now we are gonna do the same again. And oops, it worked. It worked perfectly actually, but this is the bare token, by the way, right? And by the way, are you guys following? Because I need, and this message to do created. Now I can sleep in peace, man. I can enjoy my life. I can go see the grass. I can go see the sun. I can talk to my kid. I can go outside. I don't know what to do, but I actually need to sleep and wake up in 3 hours to go to my job because now it's 3 a.m. in my place. Probably you are guys from the US or coming from other places. So if you are first time in the chat, please let me know where are you from, and please follow, because honestly my brain is not braining anymore. Let me show you the time so you believe me. Actually 3:08. See that? See what I'm doing in here? All right, I want to shout out to everybody in the chat, to Pro Evils on here. Look, he's only the one commenting in the whole thingy, and I want to actually say thank you for everybody who's actually trying to code with me, and we will continue. You know, this will become one of the biggest things. I think this application, I will continue with it until it just becomes available for everyone, and it will be for free, so you don't have to use anything. By the way, if you are actually not aware what does it do, it does just like some timers, some fuzzy finders. So here like that, you can listen to your preferred white noise. So I have this one. Yeah. Oh, so Novsky, did you so Novsky here in TikTok said that he's actually working on the moving these noises to the backend. I want also to ask everybody in the chat what is the kind of like the best approach when it comes to this, because I know that I load them right now from the front end. Actually, guys, you know what? Let me make it even obvious to just go show you the structure of everything. So I want also Pro Evils, if you're still with us. He's 1 hour behind us, so he's still with us, surely. We have the API here, you see. So now the to-do's part is working, and then I'll show you where I actually get these tracks. So I copied these tracks online from another project of somebody else. So I stole it basically from him. Yeah. And I had this Py script that loads everything and throw it into my source and then assets. So here you see on the left side where I am moving, you see, this is all the things that I copied from him. What I did actually is I went inside the vit-config and I loaded these in a helper function as blobs. So I wanted here this function on top. It's just one line that imports these meta globes, right? And it does a simple thing in my index file. I think I have it just open. 1 second. I have it here. Yeah, this one here. It just maps through them and gives me the path of these, and just not that one, sorry, the one on top, up. Yeah, here you go. This one actually is reading them through there, and it returns the path to me, and I kind of split path, blah blah blah. I do some tricks with the API functions for arrays, and I return the title of that. So if it's called the brownie.blah.js or .ogg or .mp3, I just take the brown noise, or I take coffee noise, and I created this, and I gave it actually a random icon, which I don't need now. So I wanted to store them in the database and do lazy loading kinda, right? Oh yeah, the terminal. Here you go. You can check it here. Oh my gosh, my eyes. I can actually do a simple, you cannot see it, right? I can make it up 1 second. That will make them up. Let me see now if that's working. No. All right, I will copy it in the chat and then you see it. Actually, you cannot see it again. Let me just load the lot or create multiple to-dos. Test. I created multiple to-dos, so you see them, right? Password is there, man. The hashed password is there. Oh man, that's wrong, totally wrong. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I will correct that for sure. But yeah, you cannot know what is the password unless you know my GWT token that I use actually. So all clear. Where are you from? I am from Tunisia. Tunis, like the North African country. Do you use Redis at all? No, I don't. I use NoRM Prisma basically for this. Wondering how long it takes to learn app development as a beginner. It takes some time, but please keep up. Keep up, try your best, and don't lose hope. Yeah, that's the only thing I can say about this. Thanks guys who are supporting. Thanks everybody who was asking. You can subscribe as well. I have a subscribe counter on top. I think if you guys keep liking and blah blah blah, I can actually gift you back subscribers. So I'll make sure to gift subscribers to the people that are here most of the time. Yeah, it's encoded with bcrypt. Yeah. Okay, let's read this. This also means you don't need the middleware function anymore for anything. It is not the data from the token but the full user object. Oh yeah. Yeah, cool. Actually, yeah, you are right. Yeah, but I'm using the middleware in this case. Yeah, I will check that tomorrow. So tomorrow, you know what? Tomorrow we'll stream anyhow, and we will check this part again, where we say to ourselves, yeah, okay, there is this possibility that we can use the middleware that we can get rid of the middleware, test again, and see how it works, right? If it works, perfect. If it doesn't, then all good. We can keep it. All right, cool. Do you think so? I can try it right now though. All right, let me just run the server again. Right, so it clears everything in the screen. So our friend here said that we can go to our file where we have the controllers part, and just we delete the API request at all. So basically we delete the routes. route middleware. Sorry, I said the routes. Like my head is in the cloud right now. Okay, so this is this one. Delete, right? Am I correct? Yes. So now if I delete that, the thing still works perfectly though. Then I can go to my controller again and see where do I have a middleware here. So I have an async description, and I get direct.putty and direct.user. Okay. Let's try it out. Refresh this page. It works still. So now I am going to test out the possibility. I'm gonna share my screen again. So now we are adding another one. We will call it header, right? And it's actually created that. So now we need to check here. You're right, actually we don't need the middleware at all. Man, all this time, yeah, we don't need the middleware at all. So now I learned one thing. The passport.ts config file can do the middleware for you automatically, so you don't need to create it. Lesson learned. Thanks everybody. Cool. So now we have it there, right? Woohoo, great. Yeah. You're right. But you know what? Let me try it again. I will close the middle because probably the middleware is still syncing there. I'll try it again right now with a new to do basically. So my new to do here is gonna be another first to do one, something like that. Yeah, add works perfectly, here works perfectly, so all good. Yeah. What the hell? That seems cool. Let me log out. Like the login logout is actually, yeah, I have another account though, so I'm gonna try with another account to do a to-do list. All right, so now I pasted another to do. Yeah, here you go. So this is my other account with my name, and it seems to work perfectly as well. Nice. So I don't need at all the middleware part because it's doing for me what I need to do when it gets the user. Now I get it, honestly. Now I seem dumb, but I get it. All right, we did 3 hours of this. Thanks all for watching. Honestly, I really appreciate it. What I can do now is just to take you through what we did and kind of like maybe push everything, right? So I have the controller part added, the routes added, the to-dos added, the to-dos there, the index here, and the readme file. So I will commit this as adding to-dos in controllers and testing on front end, and that's it. Yeah, so this is our push for today. I will create kind of PR request for this. If you want actually to kind of be with us and try yourself to do this with us and maybe do some PRs yourself, what you can do, I will share my screen again to show you. Yeah, before I show you, actually Evil said something cool. Said that it's just the middleware no longer needs to worry about getting the user manually. It gets it automatically because of our passport.config or something like that. All right, cool. So now this is my Twitch account. I will actually share with you again on TikTok because you are 100. If you just raid my Twitch account now, you will just have the best raid ever. Let me just share that with you. And now I will go and show you the GitHub part. So if you go to my GitHub here, which is my name, and go to white noise project, you will find it directly here. So it's there. Look, I didn't work anything and then came up in December and started actually working by, actually I didn't have, I had a holiday at home. So since 23, I think, of December, and I'm working on this. And then I took like 1 week off and then I went back. Every day I do a commit or two. Yeah. So here you go. This is the project. If you want to do a PR or do anything, please check the issues as well and try your best to kind of help me if you want. Yeah, that would be amazing. Cool. That's it. Cool, we did great. Thanks for everybody. And honestly, I appreciate it. You already took me to 11,000, I'm sure, followers. Let's check. 11.1, which is amazing, man. And for everybody who sent me a message, I will read them all and I will reply, so you don't have to worry about that. I'll reply to all your messages. Thanks a lot again. And yeah, do you have any questions maybe before I go? Okay, so for the people actually asking where should you start, I also do this and share it with you. I already have a video coming up for this, so you can check it out on TikTok. Actually, I will post on TikTok, but what I shared with the guys before you come is this roadmap. This roadmap actually is a roadmap for GS, so you can have a roadmap, the same roadmap for JavaScript if you want to learn it. Otherwise, there's other roadmaps here that you can check. So there's QA, Postgres, iOS, blockchain, UX, UI, full stack, backend. For backend, you need to choose your lane first, the language you want to find interesting. I think JavaScript and Go are really a favorite now. If it was me, I would choose Python and Java, or Java and something else. If I want to go backend, I'll probably go backend for game development or something like that. Yeah, here you go, like Redis here for server-side clients and stuff like that. For server-side, sorry, said clients. And then CDNs, client-side also. You maybe want to learn a bit about how it works. Here, the part where I suck the most, GWT, basic authentication, token authentication, cookie-based auth, and stuff like that. Yeah. This is interesting, actually. Very interesting for somebody to learn and keep up with. Yeah. Just check this website. I will also copy it in the chat for both, for Twitch and for TikTok. I actually didn't check YouTube. I'm streaming also on YouTube, but yeah. Yeah, true. Pro Evils just had time to comment in the chat. Thanks everybody anyhow. And yeah, good night, Pro Evils. Good night, everybody who are in the chat now. I will need to go. But what is your GitHub? I will share with you for sure. Let me have with you, like, you guys have any questions before I go, maybe? That's my GitHub, and this is the website for the roadmap. Yes, sorry. I will pin this one on top. Wow, too many people actually today. Cool. What do you think of Cursor? I think Cursor is great, but look, if it comes to the front end and back end, you might want to pick your lane and just say, okay, I want to learn front end, but I don't know where to start. So therefore, I'm installing like this AI tool that helps me actually to do certain stuff. So that's cool. You can do that, but be careful actually that you are using it correctly, because then if you use Cursor AI, it will help you a lot. But then please go line by line on what you wrote and read it again. That will make you better. Yeah. Cool. All right. What did you do today? We added like a new part in this where you can actually add your to-dos in the application inside the front end and the back end with the controller. So yeah, it makes sense. Cool. Any other thing? Just comment, guys, with where are you from, so I just want to see. What is your experience in dev? I just do front end for long, actually, for just 6 years now, probably. Some guy, Alfonso, said, get some rest, brother, man. I will go. Just I want to answer a few questions of yours and then go. Okay, so some guy is from Macedonia. Welcome. And where else? Yeah. What theme am I using? I'm using actually Tokyo Night, yeah. Hi from Japan, nice. Japanese here in the chat. Are you using Visual Studio? No, I'm using, I'm actually using only NeoVim, yeah. Stack it up. Romania, nice. So a lot of people from everywhere. Greek nation in Oklahoma. Greek nation, okay. Did they say you can't exit Vim, or is it a joke? It's a joke. You can do WQ for saving and then exiting, or a QA and bang if you want to just exit directly without saving, or then you do like column W and then you exit later on. Vlad is love. He's from Ukraine. What a username, man. A lot of from United States also. Is it hard to make a simple GUI for an already existing program that runs from script and bat files? Wow, okay. Like a GUI in the terminal, you mean? It depends on what you are using, honestly, but I think it would be really fun to do. I don't know exactly what kind of tool you can use there, but it will be really fun. Yeah, okay. Vladislav his name, but he named himself Vladislav. Really nice name. I'm failing DSA and advice of word of wisdom. I feel hopeless. You know, when you start failing, just restructure what you're doing. Basically, just go with the easy parts first to get yourself motivated and then move on to the hard parts. I honestly don't think that anything can stop anybody learning this kind of stuff. It's just that you get used to it. For me, like syntax, for me, I sometimes challenge myself to write syntax. So kind of like I forget about how to use a form, the use form hook. So I try to write it from my head and then move on to check the docs, and therefore it's better and better and better in my head. Is that VS Code or Cursor? No, this is NeoVim, by the way. This is NeoVim, yeah. NeoVim with the JetBrains Mono Nerd font and with Tokyo Unite as a theme. Where did you learn front-end that good? From trial and error, honestly, just working on my own. I still have issues, a lot of issues actually doing this, so don't take me for granted thinking that I'm just a guru or something. By the way, I have like my Discord. You can go all after this live stream to my profile and check what I do, and join our Discord. Join it there, ask as many questions. Let's talk about what to learn. So for example, if you want to learn something like, I don't know, like let me actually go and prepare for you a Discord invitation right now, link, right? Oh, it doesn't work anymore. Streamer mode, maybe that's why. Yeah, now it works. So now I'll paste actually a link in the chat, and I will pin it. That's my Discord link, and also you can just click the Discord link in the chat in my profile and just go from there. That would be nice also. Yeah, cool. Yeah, all of you join, please join, and make sure to comment. Yeah, all right, I'll see who joined right now. Let me check. I think we have a lot of joiners today. We have right now K-May joined, Ratso joined, and Jakob joined also, and Noisy joined as well. Cool. Just go click the link and join. Yeah, Nikki joined right now. Yeah, so welcome everybody. Yeah, his name is Nicola, that's why it's Nicky. Nicky CC2, that's his. Yeah, I've always wanted to try out NeoVim. How steep is learning curve to be proficient in it? For me, it took me 1 month, but I have like something really good for you guys if you wanna. Yeah, also Smooth Latino joined. His name is Smooth Latino. Oh my gosh. Actually, if you go to my GitHub, this is my GitHub, so let me just actually make it bigger. To my repos, you can find my NeoVim setup. It's called like this, and this is starred, by the way, and then you can find all the things, the keys that I stored for you guys to learn from, so you can actually learn from this super good. Yeah, if you learn this, then you know what I know, even better than I know, because I don't use everything. So for example, YF, you will copy enter a character. I don't use it much. Yeah, I actually forgot about this part. Yeah, so go and check it. So go check my NeoVim setup, copy it, maybe use it on your WSL. That would be good. Yeah, cool. Lazy Vim and Tmax, yeah, or Lazy and Vim and Tmax, yeah. Cool. All right, guys. So I will actually go right now, but I really appreciate it, guys, if you just go to my Twitch account and follow there as well, so you can join on Twitch. And also that would be amazing if you just check all of these videos that I have on my profile and share them with your friends, because honestly I'm trying to kind of like reach the 100k view per month, and now I'm at 50k views per month or something like that. I didn't have that video that booms directly and then become famous kind of so I'm still kind of trying my best. Okay, so bye everyone, thanks for watching, thanks from the bottom of my heart, and see you tomorrow at the same time. You will find me here, so come tomorrow, and yeah, every day until the end of 2025. Let's do it like that. See you guys, bye bye, ciao everyone. All right, oh my gosh, 217 new followers, that's nice.